Hi guys, Ape here of the Pocketbot Collective. And today we're gonna have a look at Hasbro's Core Class Starscream, which is a figure I love. It's genius. It's great. Sorry to burst out like that straight at the get-go. But yeah, I love this little figure. You can see him here pictured with Iron Factory's Iron Storm. He's got some blast effects on him and everything. I might have to disappoint you. Of course, he doesn't come with that. But it is an awesome figure nonetheless. So, all of this will come in later. Let's strip him down to what you actually get. Right. This is him and his packaging. Let's go over the packaging quick first. It's your Kingdom War for Cybertron Trilogy Core Class standard packaging with some nice artwork. Both modes on the back. That's pretty much it. You get some instructions with it. You don't really need them because it's a very intuitive little bot, I have to say. Of course, he also doesn't come with a flight stand, but I just wanted to show you that he does have this little hole in the nose cone, so you can just use a general flight stand for him. And then this is the figure. And I like what Hasbro's doing with these core class figures. And Starscream is one of those where you're like, yes, this is Hasbro done right. Definitely a cool looking jet, everything in proportion. Does have some visible hands there, and there's the robot chest at the bottom. But still, it's impressive what they did with this little figure. The accessories he comes with are his two null rays, nicely sculpted, no paint on them. It is what it is. It's got two of them. Put them to the side for a minute. There's no other articulation to the plane mode. There's no landing gear or anything. But he is cool nonetheless. Nice paint. Nice insignia. Yellow for the cockpit. Blue translates throughout the body. There you go. Let's get him transformed. Before we transform him, quick size comparison again. You already saw him with the Iron Factory Rainmaker. Very nice sizing. I'm really liking this. And I can also compare him to a Magic Square Seeker. And yes, Magic Square is a bit bigger. But could still work together. Works for me. But there you go. Transformation. We flip up these little bits here. And then this is just tabbed in. Oh no, hold on. Don't break the figure. Sorry, we'll get to that in a minute. What we're first going to do is loosen up the cockpit and loosen up the wings. Well, the arms are just tabbed in at the bottom here. That's easy. Just untab them there. Might as well fold the wings up, out of the way. The cockpit is attached here. As you can see, there's a little slot underneath his chin, or on his neck, so to say, and there's a little tab on the inside there. That's what this connects to. But we just hinge it down for now. Also hinge down the nose cone, and then you can see that it starts untabbing here because the red bits, don't know if you can see it, see there's a little slot there and a little tab there. That's what that is tabbed into to align everything. But we're going to bring all of this down all the way because we're going to need some clearance at the top here. Then The chest piece is actually two parts. There's this side with the canopy, and then there's that side. There's some little tabs on the inside, so we just lift that up and flip it out. See, little tab there. And there's a few tabs on this one, and I'm not sure, because you can see on mine there's 3 there, but one of them seems snapped off. I don't know if it came like that or if it happened during one of the transformations, but just to warn you, be careful with it, because it just snaps into place, and then you kind of have to lift it up to hook it round. It's not a bad thing. Doesn't hinder him that tab is gone, but yeah, I would advise to be careful. Now that the chest is all is opened, you can just detach this. You can also see 2 tabs there, and they just hook behind the top bits here. So we kind of have him with his head between his legs, but we need that because there's a swivel point up here. So we swivel this round. There we go. And then we can put the legs back down again. Let's do the legs completely. Just detach them. And this, you have to kind of lift this flap up a bit, because you can see there's a little tab there that it's tabbed into. And now we want to tab it into this other slot. There we go. Rotate it round. Same for the other side. There we go. That's his legs done. Ball jointed knees. Feet are at a slight angle, but there's no actual ankle rocker, just so you know. Right, what we do then, we take this piece and put it up there, and then the cockpit can just hinge round to lock it in place. Bring this forward a bit so you can turn the head round, then bring it back up, and then we close the chest cavity up again. There we go, and come on, there we go. And then you can angle the wings whichever way you want. They're on like soft ratchets. Put them a little bit back, I guess. Rotate the lower arms. Also ball joints, nothing at the wrist. Head is just on the swivel. And now we can attach his null rays. There we go. And he is done. Also ball joints at the vent there, so we can do the full splits. Can't go back that far because of the backpack. And forward. And there we go. There is core class Starscream. Nice red paint in the eyes. Lots of painted details. There we go. Let's bring in a few guys for comparison. There we go. Size comparisons for seekers. What we see here is obviously Iron Factories, Iron Storm, Magic Squares, Ramjet, and DX9's Ghost Starscream, together with Hasbro's Core Class Starscream. I think he fits quite well. He is the smallest of them all. I wouldn't display these two figures in the same display anyways, so let me take him out for a second. And then for me, this does kind of work. I'm guessing, I don't have any New Age Seekers, but I'm guessing if you had a New Age Conehead or other Seeker, they're a little bit smaller than the Magic Square ones. Definitely smaller than the McFan's Toys knockoffs. But then they would scale even better, most likely. But if you have them across a display and not all bundled together, this definitely works for me. There you go. That as far as Seeker comparison goes, and here is a standard comparison with an Iron Factory figure. And you can see that Runabout is a little bit smaller than one of their Seekers. I guess you can make the Seeker a bit smaller as well if you put the knees a bit further down. There we go. And then he scales even better. There you go. It is what it is. It's a nice little toy, cheap, doesn't cost you very much, but they put a lot of work and effort in it. Lots of paint on there. Interesting transformation. Definitely for a figure this size, made by Hasbro. So yeah, I'm really happy with this guy. And if you're just looking for a nice little Starscream to play around with or put in your collection, then this is definitely the guy to go to, compared to what they've brought out previously in this size, so to say, as far as Starscreams go. So yeah, core class is definitely a win for me. I like adding those figures to my collection, even if they're not my my main versions of that that character. They're still nice to have and to toy around with. And I can't wait till Soundwave comes out. Miniature Soundwave. I don't think the Laserbeak that they pictured him with will transform. I think it's just probably just a flat cassette, but it's still cool. Alright guys, that's it for Core Class Starscream. Thank you guys for watching and see you next time. Ape out!